So, Dave, you reached out. You got something extra special that you want to talk about this morning. Let's get into it.
All right. A couple of years ago, when we shifted over from we originally, our genesis was as a Vietnam Veterans of America chapter, and we were stagnated where we were at. They weren't making any more Vietnam veterans, and we couldn't do anything for the younger veterans. So we kind of parted sheets with the VVA and reinvented ourselves as the Veterans of the Ozarks. We're a standalone organization. We don't have a national boss, so we kind of set our own rules and we, play our own drum. But, one of the things that we got into, one of the main things, is that's when we started picking up the idea of helping veterans in crisis. And we really had our heart, let's put it that way, our heart set on suicide prevention. But then I got hooked up with a lady called Monica Mueller over at the Stone County
She's
Health
awesome.
Department. And she introduced us to QPR, which stands for Question, Persuade, and Refer. And that is a suicide prevention interdiction program training.
Okay.
What we do is we train what we call gatekeepers. And gatekeepers are not psychologists, they're not psychiatrists, they are just people who are armed with the knowledge of being able to recognize suicidal behaviors, question the person about whether they are suicidal, persuade them to not do that and get help, and then get them to the resources that they need to get help. And so that's where we're at right now. We got that. We're doing that with a passion. We took that on as a major part of our Veterans Helping Veterans program. We actually have declared war on suicide in Missouri.
Yeah.
And through the help of the Skaggs Foundation and the Neighbors and Friends of Table Rock Lake, we have the seed money to make this thing work. So I'm not here looking for money. What I'm looking for is fellow warriors to help us in the fight.
That's awesome. How can folks volunteer? Number one, like give me a number or something that they need to call. And number two, tell me legitimately what kind of folks you're looking for.
Well, first of all, let's take it from the top. We offer quarterly QPR training at the Elks Lodge in Kimberly City. Our next training coming up is going to be Monday, the 28th of July. It starts at 6:30 in the evening. It only lasts an hour, and our training is offered absolutely free.
Okay.
We have mobile training teams that if a business or an organization wants us to come out to them, we will come to them and conduct the training in their location free of charge.
Wow.
And we are looking for anybody. No, you don't have to have any special qualifications. We're looking for anyone who is interested in getting involved in helping our fight on suicide. And I'm going to give you a little example. There are veterans in Stone and Taney County that I will never, ever get a chance to beat. And that is because they are so broken that they are either held up in their dad's barn or their mom's basement, and they won't come out until late at night when they feel safe. So if I can get a friend of that veteran's grandma involved in QPR, I'm one step closer to getting face-to-face with that veteran and saving his life.
That's exactly right. And Dave, when you talk about it, all of this stuff, the grant money, the partnership with the health department, Miss Monica, the reaching out to asking for volunteers. If you guys save one life, it is worth it. That's right.
Our suicide rates are, you can talk about statistics all day long. The only one I care about is one too many.
That's right.
And we are doing our best to alleviate that. Unfortunately, since we started this effort, Missouri was number 19 in the nation as far as suicide rate, and it has fallen now to number 15. And within the state of Missouri, believe it or not, Southwest Missouri is number 2 with the rate of suicide behind St. Louis, but we're ahead of Kansas City. So we sit between St. Louis and Kansas City as number 2 in the state for the highest suicide rate.
Why, Dave? Why do you think that is?
Well, we have a large number of veterans down here, for one.
Okay, that's a great point.
The other thing is we're very rural. And I tell people we lull ourselves into a false sense of security here in Branson that we are metropolitan, but you don't have to drive very far east or west before you start hearing banjos out there.
Amen to that, sir.
And, the more rural you are, the more unlikely you are to have help available to you right away. And so I contribute to our situation down here to the remoteness and the lack of actual resources that we can use.
And you laid all that out for me, and I'm thinking in my head, okay, we've got a lot of veterans here, so hopefully there will be a lot of folks that are going to volunteer to help out. And you've got the money for the program, you've got the training, y'all got all that stuff. So we should theoretically be able to see that number drop a whole lot over the next year or so.
We would hope so. That's what I say. Well, I'm sitting here running my mouth today just trying to get people to beat my door down to come and take our QPR class and get into it. And the beauty of it is the class is a one-time deal, and you can come back and do it as many times as you want. And I encourage people to do that, because if you don't use it, you lose it. And so it's kind of like refresher training.
Mm-hmm. Amen to that. I took back in the day when I was in college for the couple of years that I was a freshman in college, we took psychology and we had to do suicide prevention workshops, little role play, some Q&A kind of a thing. But the fact that they have been able to take it and condense it down into the QPR, that's really basic and really easy. The fact that you guys can do this training for an hour and it's free, all that is awesome. So all you got to do is just show up Monday, 6:30 to 7:30. That is free. And if you have a business, you have a group of people that you would like to be a little bit more knowledgeable and maybe even help out, give them a call and they will come out to your business and do that training. That is awesome, Dave. That is really, really cool.
Yeah, they can contact me at my phone number, 417-230-1283, and that's my private line. I will be on the other end of it to sign you up.
I tell you what, I wrote that number down. So if anybody wants to hit us up here at the station, no matter if it's today, it don't matter if it's 6 weeks from right now. If you say, hey, boys, y'all had a guest on one time and he offered some suicide prevention techniques and this and that, I'd love to get in touch with him, I will keep Dave's number and make sure that we pass that along. You know, we talk a lot about honoring America. We talk a lot about celebrating America, loving our veterans and all that stuff. And a lot of times it's real easy to gloss over the unpleasant things that go along with being a veteran, right? You talked about the fact they weren't making any more Vietnam era veterans. So you guys have to expand your reach, right? You've obviously welcomed in more veterans, but you guys, y'all are the OGs. Y'all are the senior men on the block. So again, y'all are having to step up to help the younger generations, just like you did 50 years ago.
That's right.
In Vietnam. And it's kind of cool to see that come full circle. You guys are like, no, man, we got to step up and do war, as it were, against suicide one more time.
Right. That was one of the tenets of the Vietnam veteran, was that we vowed that we would never allow another veteran to be treated like we were. Mm-hmm. And I think we've kept our promise.
1,000%. At least everything that I've seen. I've said it many, many, many times on this show before. When Kevin and I were growing up, movies, TVs, books, all the heroes were Vietnam veterans, right? They were all in that era, and it wasn't until years later that I found out exactly what happened when all those brave men and women came home, the way that they were treated, all of the nastiness that came along with that war. Because I was always raised with that reverence to look at you at the Vietnam veterans as those heroes, and here they are again stepping up one more time. I love to see it. Dave, give us the Facebook page, the website, any other pertinent information.
We have Veterans of the Ozarks has a presence on Facebook. We have a Facebook group, and we also have a Facebook page. All you have to do is just do a Facebook search, and we'll pop right up there. We're in the process of putting a website together. We're not done with that yet. But again, my phone number is the best way to get a hold of me. And
417-230-1283. I told you, I wrote it down. I've got it right here. David,
you know, one of the little message I like to send out to the younger veterans that are listening today, what I see is repeatedly is the younger veterans are leaving the military at the 4 to 8 year range. Mm-hmm. And why they're doing that is another topic, for another time. That's neither here nor there. And what happens a lot of times is they get out into the civilian world and they're free of the military, but they're still looking for that brotherhood or sisterhood. Mm-hmm. And they go get a job, and it's not there in the civilian community. It just doesn't exist. So they get disgruntled and they leave, and they go to job, hunting for that brotherhood, that sisterhood. They end up getting despondent. They end up getting out of work, and the next thing you know, they're contemplating suicide. one of the best things that these young folks can do is come out and join a veterans organization like the Veterans of the Ozarks or the Branson Veterans of America 913 or the American Legion, the VFW. I don't care what it is, just get involved. We understand that you are young and you have families and you work and you're not going to be able to be as active as we are. But rest assured that what we're doing is providing you a place to age into becoming us. And that is the first line of defense, as far as I'm concerned, with suicide prevention, is get them around us and their brothers and their sisters that are like-minded individuals. And a lot of those problems are cured before they ever become problems.
Absolutely fantastic. Dave McAllister, sir, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate you guys. All y'all do, Veterans of the Ozarks out in Kimberling City, Missouri. And if y'all need anything, just holler at Dave. As a matter of fact, we're going to launch into an extra special song, and we're going to get Dave booked to come back for your golf tournament. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Golf tournament.
September
20th.
September 20th. Y'all stay tuned for more information on that. Kevin Russell, what you got fired up for us, son? Oh, Bill Withers.
I mean, this is what we were just talking about, right?
That's right.
When you can't carry it on your own,
That's right.
give somebody a call. Give one of us a call.
That's
whoever.
right. That's right.
Just lean on us.
Always somebody there. Don't think that you ain't got nobody. There's always somebody there.
Where?
988.
Go ahead.
988. That is the first line of defense for suicide. And if you're a veteran, it's 988 and then dial 1. And because I tell people, no good thing happens after midnight. And you are not going to find, most time, you're not going to find somebody who's in crisis from 9 to 5. It's going to be after hours. And the best possible thing they can do is dial that 988 line. And I have talked to the people who run the 988 line, and I'm very convinced that they are doing a fine job and they will get the help that they need.
Amen, sir. Dave McAllister, we appreciate you. So Bill with